Hey there, grade 6. New video again today. This one focuses on something called estimating angles. So we're going to move on in our study of geometry. And then hopefully by the end of this lesson, you will be able to estimate angle measures using something called benchmark angles, and then be able to draw angles using estimation. Sounds tricky, really not that bad. All right, so here is where we are going to start. We're first going to just review how to measure angles. Okay, and so I'll just get this color and get a bit of red going on. Remember that we would like to, match up the vertex of the angle with this is called the origin of the protractor. And so when we do that, we move this guy over here, and we want to make sure that we line up the bottom line with not the bottom of the protractor, but with this, what's called the baseline. Now this angle opens mostly to the right, and so we're going to be using the inside arc, the inside scale. We'll start at 0 here and work our way up. And so this is about a 75-degree angle right here. It is a 75-degree angle. And again, we're measuring from the inside scale up to 75. Also, it's good to point out, just because we talked about this yesterday, but this is an acute angle because it is less than 90 degrees. Okay, so where we're going to move on to is something called benchmark angles. And it's good to be able to recognize benchmark angles simply because it's good to have that frame of reference, that point of reference. And so here we have a grid on the screen, and we're going to try to figure out the angles that are sort of shown by these lines here, right? And so if I look at this angle here, again, pardon the messy drawing, but this first angle here with these two arms, this one is a right angle. So we can say, we should know, hopefully by looking at that stuff, that that's going to be 90 degrees, okay? Now, my erasing tool. There it is. So that's kind of the first benchmark angle that we should, recognize when we see it. We should be able to look at an angle and say, yeah, that's about a right angle. This other arm here, so that's going to show, just change color a little bit, that's going to show, this part of the angle or this part of the angle or whatever you want to look at. This is like half of a 90-degree angle. Okay, you can see that this line gets drawn from the bottom corner to the top corner of each of these boxes. So half of 90 degrees is a 45-degree angle. You guys, this is a benchmark angle. We should be able to see an angle like this and say, yeah, that's about 45 degrees, give or take, because we recognize that it's half of a 90-degree angle. Okay. Now it doesn't show it here, and I'm going to just erase this stuff as well. But we should also be able to go the other way, and I'm going to maybe I'll use a different color again. I'll go to green. So if I'm yikes. So if I'm drawing lines from, again, top corner to bottom corner, and I'm trying to look at this angle here. Now this is obviously an obtuse angle, but if I look at this, I should be able to say to myself, well, that's a 90-degree angle right here. And then I'm going to go another 45 because it's halfway, right? And so I end up with, this is like a 90-degree angle plus another 45-degree angle is going to give me 135. That can also, you guys, probably be a benchmark angle, right? And so if we kind of look at, these are our three benchmark, well, I suppose we could have four. We have 90 degrees, 45 degrees, 135, and then we should, you guys, also recognize a 180 pretty easily. Those should be like our four benchmark angles that we run to, that we look at, that we see. And so everything can kind of be, related roughly to a 45 or a 90 or a 135 or a 180. Those are kind of our angles that we are working with. I'll just put this as for reference, as that's the last part. So there's our four angles, right? 45, 90, 135, 140, 185, or 180 rather, all the way around. Okay. So we can use the grid here to estimate this angle. Now, we just talked about how if we're going halfway through all of these, again, pardon the messiness, if we go halfway through this, that this represents a 45-degree angle. Now, this arm is a little bit past that, okay? And so we know that this angle, which is going to be from the bottom here all the way up to this other black line, that angle is going to have to be bigger than 45. And so I'm going to say, well, that means that my estimate is going to be roughly a 50-degree angle. Actually, technically, it's bigger than that. This is actually a 56-degree angle, which is fine. But again, I'm using my benchmark angle that I know here, that the fact that this is a little bit bigger than a 45, to come up with a reasonable estimate. When we talk about estimating, you guys, we always talk about reasonable estimates. That's what we're always shooting for, is reasonable estimates, okay? Now, this angle, all the way here, we know that it's bigger than a 45. We know it's bigger than a 90. We know that it's bigger than a 135, but we also know it's less than a 180. So it's somewhere between 135 and 180 because I know my benchmark angles, okay? And so if I have to pick a number that's bigger than 135 but less than 180, this kind of looks like it's sort of in between there. So I'm going to estimate that it's about 160 degrees, which is a pretty reasonable estimate. Okay, but again, I'm picking a number that is between benchmark angles that I know. Okay, and it's roughly halfway between, give or take. It's a pretty reasonable estimate, maybe a bit beyond halfway, but it's pretty reasonable. Okay, and so that's, you know, a bit of practice using benchmark angles, okay, so the 45, the 90, the 135, the 180, to help us out figure out these other angles, okay? Now, where we're going to move on to is something that I've talked about in a couple other videos, but here is an angle, right? Here's the vertex, and so the measure of the angle, right, is the amount of rotation to get from one arm to the next. And so what we've generally been working with is like, hey, if this is the first arm that I'm working with, the amount of rotation that it takes to get from this one to this one is, you know, that's typically the angle that we work with. However, there is another, and that's very reasonable, right? There is, though, another way, right? We could go the other way and to look at the outside. Now, this is a much bigger distance to look at how, you know, how much the one arm, this arm, turns to get to this arm, okay? Now I'm going to put this blue line back here because we can actually use this number to help us figure out what this number is. Simply because most of our protractors only measure up to 180 degrees. Now if we're trying to figure out the red line, that our protractors will not measure that, okay? Because this is what's called a reflex angle, which I've talked about a few times, but it's a reflex angle, which means it's bigger than 180. But I can use this inside angle here to help us figure out the outside angle. Because I know that the full turn is 360 degrees, what I can do is I can subtract the measure of the inside angle that I can measure from 360. Now again, I know that I'm going to say that this is, let's say it's roughly 130 degrees or something like that. But I'm going to subtract the inside angle. Let's say it's minus 130 degrees to figure out that this is now going to be sorry. I'm going to do that in red. And so the outside angle, we're going to say, is 230 degrees, approximately. Again, I'm estimating using benchmark angles. Okay? And so that's a way that I can use numbers that I know to figure out numbers that I don't know. So again, here's the situation where we have a grid. We can use our benchmark angles, right? So I know that because this is not going up all the way, this is less than 45 degrees, okay? And so this is going to be, let's imagine that this angle on the inside here, let's say that this is, I don't know, you guys, let's say this is 35 degrees, okay? That means that I can take 360 degrees and I can subtract 35 degrees, right, to get 325 degrees as the reflex angle out that shows that this arc is showing, okay? So I'm going to say then, I'm going to say that the reflex angle here is going to be 325 degrees approximately. It's a pretty good estimate, okay? So then we can also use, estimation to draw angles. Let's imagine for a second that I draw an angle of 12 degrees. And let's say I actually measure it out, which is kind of a weird thing to say because that means I have to take out my protractor and then put it away. But, if I have an angle that I draw out that is like, say it's 12 degrees, and that looks like that. And then let's say that I want to, draw an angle that is going to be 35 degrees. Well, if I draw that arc and I repeat that, so that's another 12, and repeat it here, and I draw that out here. Now I'm estimating, now what you have to understand is that I've estimated the distance from the bottom, from the one arm to the next, and I try to repeat it here. I know that these are a little bit further away, but I'm trying to repeat it here for an estimate so that my overall estimate distance, that's this whole angle, is going to be approximately 35 degrees. The reason I say approximately is because 12 times 3 here, if I'm repeating that, is going to be 36 degrees. And I know my estimate here is a bit further. The other way I can look at it is that if I have an angle that is, let's imagine for the sake of argument that this is 12 degrees. If I know my benchmark angles, and I know that, say, this is 90, and that this is 45, and I want a 35 degree angle, then I know that 35 is going to be a little bit less than 45 here. And so this can be my estimate angle. So yeah, that's roughly 35 degrees. And again, I'm going to be using rulers and stuff because I'm really good at using rulers. But that's kind of what's going on in the estimating stuff, right? So if I go back to our title page and said that, hey, I want to be able to estimate angle measures using benchmark angles. Well, we talked about benchmark angles. We talked about 45s, 90s, 135s, 180s. We talked about drawing angles using estimation using those benchmark angles. Those are sort of the key skills that you're going to need for this lesson to do the practice on page 98 and 99 that it's talked about right here. So that's about it. I know this video went a little bit long, and sorry for that, but hopefully that has helped you in figuring out some of the answers to 98, 99. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.